Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining our program. And for those of you who are watching the replay, thank you once again for always supporting us. We do appreciate it at C&J Training and Consultancy Limited. Oh, it's so wonderful to be with you guys today. And I know that we were unable to be on last week, but we do hope that we wouldn't have so many disruptions. All right. Hi Julie, thanks for joining. Yeah, so we have a wonderful program today. Stop making emotional decisions. And I know we are emotional beings. Oh yeah. Hi Lee, oh God, thanks for coming on board. Always look forward to seeing you. Yeah, so we are going to talk about those emotional decisions that we make all the time. Yeah, and we're going to look at some scenarios. I have to give you all some. Hi Sunita, nice to see you. I have to give you all some little examples and, be very creative about it. Yeah? Good? All right. We have 6 people. Normally I wait for 5. Okay, great. So it means people like the topic, eh? Yes, I have to make the topics interesting, to get you all engaged. Yeah? So we want to look at stop making emotional decisions. The ability to make good decisions can make or break you over time. Yet really bad decisions can end your career or great opportunity in an instant. While emotions can guide us, they also can trigger reactive feelings that alter our perspective and prevent us from understanding what's really going on at a given moment. Making important decisions when emotion can also hinder logic and weaken our ability to reach vital goals, taxing your time, money, or other such precious resources. Hi, I'm so sorry about that. Internet, it's dropping, yeah? So we get in, yeah. I think everybody's experiencing, the up and down of the internet system. So bear with me today. Hi, Pastor Margaret, thanks for joining. So we had a little, interruption there, but interruptions are good. We are back on, all right? So let us continue. Our emotions show up first when things are getting out of hand. But you have to remember that they are your emotions and you have to take control of them. Nobody else but you. And that's why it's important, even when children are young and they throw their little temper tantrum and they get out of hand. Hi Dana, you have to encourage them how to take control of their emotions. Yeah? Don't just ignore them. Help them. Yeah? So let's look at when we make emotional decisions and how we can avoid doing this. So I look at 4 areas that cause us to make all these emotional decisions. Good? When we are triggered. You all know that, right? When we are triggered. So you are having a conversation with your friend and you are sharing an issue you are concerned about. However, during the conversation, your friend keeps interrupting you with her issues, and only you really need at this time is someone to listen to you. You become emotionally triggered, and you say to her, I am tired of you always making the excuse about the issue about you, and I need to take a break from sharing stuff with you. Oops. We do it all the time. Recognize that she is triggering you. And at that time, what you should do is change the conversation and let her speak. Sometimes you have to give people, okay, your issue is more important, no problem. You go ahead and talk now. But while they are doing that, while she is speaking, in your mind, try and calm down. Because she's not even giving you an opportunity to share your issues. And you came to her because it was about your issues. But she has a lot going on, so she don't want to hear. Sometimes we could be a little selfish when people come to us. And we have sometimes, and a lot of times, we have to forget ourselves and really and truly help. Hi, prophetess, thank you very much. And you can really help people and ignore even what you are going through personally. So those things are so very important. So when she is through and you have calmed down while she is speaking, use the opportunity to share your concerns. If you're not fully sober, before, when we take a little drink and you're feeling your head, they say your head feeling nice. You know, we talk, and we say all sorts of things. And then after, when you become sober, you're wondering, did I say that? Did I behave like that? Good. It's the same way with our emotions. It gets us intoxicated because you feel the rage coming up and, tempers fly and we say all these things. And then you have to go and apologize. So here what? Wait until you become sober and you become calm. Then ask for an audience and say, you know what, I will deal with that tomorrow. Have a conversation. You really didn't like the way you came across. I had something burning. That's why I called to speak to you. Good? But don't make those emotional decisions where you don't want to be her friend and that's it. And I'm sharing nothing with you again. No, that's your friend. That's your friend. So we need to stop making those emotional decisions. Good? What about when we are offended? So this is another scenario, right? So we're looking at Michelle. So Michelle was very offended by what her supervisor said to her concerning her performance. It was not what she said, but how she said it, and in front of other members of staff. Immediately, Michelle began to have internal conversations with herself. I will only work and do what I have to do. I will not even trust my boss again. I will stay in my corner, not mixing with staff anymore. We used to have these internal conversations. We ain't saying nothing but the brain going. All these are emotional decisions we make when we are offended. You should be offended. But wait, when the dust has blown over, and then you make an appointment and meet with your supervisor and share soberly how you felt about what she did. You never know. You might be the next person she's looking at for a promotion, and maybe she thinks you can handle open criticism. Don't assume too much. I am not saying she's right in her action, but get more information. And sometimes you do not know what people might be going through. They have a trigger also, and you come in there and they lash out. But sometimes you have to remain calm. When I'm having conversation with people and I realize they're triggering me or we're going to end up in an argument, I either change the conversation or I said, you know what, girl, I think I'm going to have a shower. Can we chat tomorrow? Or, you kind of change the topic because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because you're going to keep going on and no one is going to listen to either person. Because I have a point to make, you have a point to make, I offended, you becoming offended. So the best thing to do is you who know better, yeah? You who know better, yes, Pastor Mary can escalate. And you who know better, do better. There must be one person in the relationship who has the ability to be more mature, who has the ability to stay on the side of being sober. Just like drinking and driving, you have to have a designated driver who's sober, who could focus on the road and who could take you home safely. Good? The same way in relationship, the same way in dealing with each other. Have that designated driver. That person who remains sober when it comes to emotion. And sometimes when you're going to deal with a matter, carry somebody who very sober, who's very objective, who's able to handle things the right way. Because you emotionally wired, and that person will keep you calm. That person will say, okay. When last church I went to, my pastor, I was the board secretary. And I was really emotionally wired. And when they would say things at the table, he would tap me, on my feet below the desk, and he would say, you don't have to respond to everything, And when I felt that tap, I knew what he meant, Hi, Jillian. So, and I learn because sometimes we respond too quickly to people. We feel we have to answer back. We feel, I used to get slapped on my mouth from my dad because I must have the last say. I must answer back, because we're too emotionally wired. Good? Another area we can look at what causes us to make emotional decisions is when we are hurting. Yeah? And we hurt. And that's okay to hurt. But don't allow it to carry us down a road that will cost us. So let's look at being hurt. A decision has been made. Now listen to this, eh? Hi, Marvin. A decision has been made without your knowledge, and therefore you are hurt about it, and rightfully you should feel that way. So you decide not to assist in any way concerning that matter. The matters at hand, only you have the information to pass on to the next person, and you resist giving it because you are hurt, and you have made an emotional decision to step back and not get involved. And you know, when we hurt, we in a corner, we isolate. Not me, that okay, no problem. They want to do it without me, then far. Right? Hi, Sharon from Tobago. Nice to have you on board. So we pull back. Your decision is hurting the project, and it is not about you. And we need to know when it's not about us. It was a decision that involved you. The right way to handle that should have been to request a meeting, to share your concerns, and not expecting an explanation, but to get off your chest some of the things in a sober manner that affected you. This will help you to move on and to cooperate with the project, even though you are not directly involved. And you know, sometimes decisions are made at a senior level. It had nothing to do with you, but they may be making that decision in the best interest of the organization, in the best interest of the committee, you know, in the best interest of the program and whatever they're doing. But we always put things so personal, you know. It's nothing to do with you. They might, you know, they're making decision. They don't even know you. They just know somebody handles that portfolio. Good? But we take these things personally, and we make yes, Pastor Margaret shows a lack of maturity also. Good? And we make all these emotional decisions. I know, you see, okay, fine, they didn't include me, they didn't consult me. Why should they consult you really? You were part of the program, they made some changes, but you know what? If you are so hurt about it, and if you are so concerned about it, then you request an audience. But don't make these emotional decisions, because you know what? It is going to end up hurting you. Show that you are on board. Show your maturity. Pastor Margaret, show your maturity in the matter. And then after, maybe, you could say, you know, I didn't really and truly like the way you all handled the situation. Yes, Delroy. I didn't really like the way you handled it. And you know, and have this sober conversation. Yeah, I'm going to keep repeating that word sober, because we're too emotional. Sometimes good relationships are destroyed because of we're so emotionally wired. And then when you years pass and you say, what we really and truly fell out for? You know, I could have managed that better. You know, so what? You said something. I know sometimes some people come. Oh God, especially when you know people. Look at little signals now. They come in the room, you find they're not as chatty as before, or you find they're not themselves, but you have something and you're ready to attack, or you need to get it off your mind, you know? Give it time, you know? Be sensitive. You know, I had a situation and, you know, a friend told me, you know, the way I responded, you know, he was able to pick up that something was wrong. And we have to be sensitive to each other. Because if somebody is not accustomed responding in that manner, and then you say, something is wrong, let me leave it alone. Because we could actually, you know, indirectly trigger others when we could be sensitive enough to hold back at times. We hold back at the wrong time. We want to hold back when we hurt, offended. No. Hold back when you recognize that something is up. Yeah? So the another thing we want to look at, when things don't go our way, and you know that happens often. Because listen to me, we are human beings, we are living beings. And you could lie to yourself, you could live in a bubble. We love things to go our way. I ain't going to lie to you. I love things to go my way. Good? So life will throw curveballs at us. And this can lead us to a road that can be detrimental. Good? So here, listen to John, eh? Hear what John do. John's creative idea was chosen to be the lead in the campaign. But John was not chosen to be the one to present this idea. John was furious and he decided to sabotage the campaign by changing the design since he was the only one with the document. His manager finds out what is going on and he gives John a letter of advice for his conduct because even though it was his idea, it was created for the company. Therefore, they had the rights to the document. And that is something we don't understand. We get upset. It was my idea. I was not recognized. And listen, it was your idea, but you working for the company. Therefore, it belongs to them. When you have your own establishment and they consult with you, thank you so much, Marvin, and they consult with you, right? And then you sign an agreement and they go ahead and launch the idea without your knowledge. That's a different story. But you're working for the organization and they have a team and then you come up, everybody brainstorming and come up with these ideas. So you were the one that they took your idea and they said, right. But you see, what John didn't know is that they had a plan. So listen to this. Let us go on. What John was unaware of, the company had planned to feature John in the presentation and give him an opportunity to share how he came up with this fantastic idea. But his decision changed all that, his emotional decision, and they decided to go with the next best idea. And John and his creative idea was totally left out. You see what happened there? We miss opportunities. So John was called first, but John's behavior, John didn't own his emotions. He didn't take control. And this is what we don't understand, You see, that thing you call emotion is take you over. It has interfered with your emotional stability. I keep saying that. And we have to manage the things that are coming to our mouth. And these things start from here. It goes down to our heart and then it comes through the mouth. Manage it. Deal with it. If you have someone you can talk to, then have a conversation. Then make a move. Don't just spout. Come out of your mouth. No. Manage those things. What he should have done was comply, then complain. In a sensible way. So, while you're helping them, you could ask a question. It's always had a person who like to talk. You might get some information from them. Good. And then while assisting them now, he could have said, and then they would be able to give him a little hint. Boy, they're planning something, here, but they don't, And you go say, what, serious? And you kind of relax yourself and you wait to see, what is going on and stuff. And those things are so very important because those things, and when we make emotional decision, it can harm us tremendously. Look at the great opportunity that John lost. How many of you have lost those opportunities? How many of you? Because you want to say what you want to say. They say the walls have ears. Sometimes we saying things. It get back to your manager, your supervisor, your good friend, your parents. We talks too many. Good? And it gets back. And then you say, yeah, it's true, I really didn't mean it. If you didn't mean it, then why did you say it? Why did you say it? Good? And there are a lot of things that, I want to say at times. There are a lot of things, you want to share or what. But one of the things, I am learning. Yes, Pastor Margaret, talk less. Talk less. Talk less. Because, sometimes leave it. Come back tomorrow. Or you might be talking and having a conversation with somebody, but you realize, like, they're not having a good day. They're a little irritable, but you come in at them. You see that? I don't like that way. And oh God, they're not in the mood for that. Leave that alone now. And this is something that we need to learn to manage. You see, this thing called emotion, that's the hardest thing to get under control. Just like the tongue. Because they're tied together, you see. And the emotions like to use the mouth. Like to use the mouth. And I shared something on LinkedIn. And one of the commentators, one of my colleagues, she said that, our thoughts should be likened to the same way we choose our clothes. When you say, God, I'm wearing this today. I'm feeling purplish. I'm feeling pinkish. So you put on that. So because you want it to be suitable. Yeah? And you want to wear it in such a way because you want to look good. The same way with your thoughts. Put on the right thoughts. And when you put on the right thoughts, it will help your emotion. Because and sometimes you have to say, not today. Maybe tomorrow. Walk away. Say less. Leave it alone. Right? Because it's going to save you a lot of harm. And it's not going to cost you a lot of... Listen, many people had to pay damages in court because of the things they say, because they get emotional and people go on TV and then you're saying things about people that you're not even certain about. You can't do that. You can't do that. No. You have to manage. And stop making those decisions. I'm going to deal with this. And you're typing up on WhatsApp. You're making a phone call. You're going on Facebook, and you're making all these comments. Excuse me. You're making all these comments. That's not called for. That's not called for. Sometimes I go on Facebook and I see comments and I know who it's for. And I'm like, wow. Why is that necessary? Why are you letting your emotions show on Facebook? Huh? So we need to manage that. Good? Excuse me. I don't know, something like it just got in my throat. Good? So I hope this was an encouragement to you guys. And I really and truly hope that you were able to really think about, some of these scenarios and some of the things where you might be guilty of. And to think about it and to stop. And that is the time to pull back. Don't pull back when you have to get involved. Pull back when the things that you're going to say is going to cost you a lot. And when we are so emotional, people cannot trust us. People cannot depend on us. And you might be good at your craft. You might be professional. You might be excellent. But because of your emotions, people cannot trust you. You're welcome, Sharon. People cannot trust you. They do not trust what comes out of your mouth. So they would not use you to represent them. They cannot use you. So you know what you do? They'll always have to keep you in the background. And they have to keep a mask on your mouth. Good? And these things are so critical. And please, a lot of people get opportunities because they can manage their emotions and because the organization can trust them. So I want you to really think about this program. Those of you who didn't get a chance at the beginning, listen to the replay. And before you guys go, please share. Yeah, definitely share this broadcast. Somebody needs to hear it. Yes, Pastor Margaret, always examine and check your motives. And somebody needs to hear this program today. You can send it to them in Messenger. Good. So we have an announcement concerning kids mentorship, which kicks off tomorrow at 6 p.m. We are getting some really good response. It's a 6 weeks program from 9 to 13 years. Some people said if you have somebody who's 8 years, they can join also. And I'm also looking at doing 14 to 17 years because people were asking for their older children. So if you want to register 2 or more children, you get it at cost of $250 per child. But of course, if it's just one, it's $350, but it's for the 6 weeks. It's not $350 a week, it's for the 6 weeks. Okay, good. The topics we are going to look at: who am I? What do I believe about myself? I am a masterpiece. I can achieve anything. We're going to do a vision board with the kids. Healthy social interaction. Because, right now they're in the pandemic. They're not interacting. They're not seeing their friends, They could be suffering in silence. So, I really wanted to do this program with them and get them to open up. And, so I want the parents to get coloring, crayons, paintbrushes, paints for them. get kite paper, glue sticks, scissors. So we want to really and truly be creative as we really and truly do. I want to really engage them because the first thing I need for them to do is find out, who am I? And I want them to talk about it. They're going to write a little poem about themselves. We will draw, and I will be in it too because I write in a poem about me. And they're going to introduce themselves by drawing who they are, and then they're going to talk about it. Children, and I taught preschoolers, so I know how they think. Good. So yes, no problem, Sharon. You can message me or you can WhatsApp me at 320-5961. All right? Okay, great. So you want them to be, to really come on, because some children are shy. And then I had some parents, their children weren't happy with their results. They felt disappointed. So I want them to come in the program and listen, to shake off that melancholy. Listen, this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning of their journey. It's not where you're going, it's how you apply yourself. Good? So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Coming here, thanks Pastor Margaret, coming here is really and truly a joy for me. And, it encourages me and it strengthens me. And I don't want to, miss the program. Last week I had to, it was beyond my control, but, I don't want to continue doing that. All right? So thank you guys. Liana, no, it's 5961, not 50. Yeah, 5961. Yeah? So please share, and we're going to keep you updated on our mentorship program and our topics as we jump off and as we kick off tomorrow at 6 p.m. All right? Bye-bye. Have a great rest of the day and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you so much, Marvin. All right? Bye-bye.